two most challenging things that I found with making stuff. One is putting the finish on and getting that all sorted and correct. It's much easier to make the stuff than get the finish right. But the second one, and it's almost more annoying, is making sure you have boxes of the right size that everything fits in. I went through and I cleaned up the Amazon boxes and, the other boxes we get. And, I had them mostly caught up and recycled. Then I realized I don't have boxes to put these in, and I can't put it on Etsy until I know the shipping size and weight. And so I managed to find two boxes, one that fit one of those stacks in, another one I had to cut down to fit one of those stacks, but I don't have enough to do the rest of those. So, do you think this will work? Because the way they make these boxes is there's this little fold over piece that's kind of glued in, and then the top and bottom all fold and then get taped. Well, it's kind of like this. So I have three sizes that I'm going to try and make. This size is for these two, so I need two of that size. The medium size is for that stack, and the larger size are for the three boxes. And luckily, I do have a bunch of pieces of cardboard that I have accumulated from the larger boxes that I'm hoping I have some that I can cut out. And of course, there's another piece of furniture that ended up in the garage. I should have grabbed it the day before I did, because then it wouldn't have gotten water damaged as much. But the drawers are all solid. I'm not sure if this is oak or something else, but it's really nice solid wood. So all the drawer pieces are solid. And so at this point, I'm not sure if I will attempt, because there's some spots where it's missing things and scraped and whatnot. I'm not sure if I'll attempt to fix it up and then sell it as is. I'm fairly certain, even though it's really nice stuff, it says genuine mahogany from Mahogany Association or whatnot, from Hull Furniture Company in Lansing, Michigan. That's where it's from. That's probably why it's such a nice thing. I looked it up, and that was from early 1900s to around 1960. So that was back when they were still used real wood for most things. It's very heavy. It's real wood versus the cheap stuff. Like you can see the fancy grain even on the edges of stuff. So yeah, this is, if nothing else, this is a lot of boxes worth of nice wood. That's not other than this taking up space, that's not the focus of this video. The focus of this video is supposed to be trying to make some cardboard boxes. So let's see if I can manage that. So now that I got the cardboard figured out, it's time to cut out the rectangles. Start with some of the smaller ones, get the smaller ones sorted. And then I need one medium one, and then three larger ones. And once I get all that sorted out, which wasn't too hard, then I go through and set up and get ready to cut the slots to, do the folds and such. And again, this also wasn't that hard. The one thing I had to do was I had to make sure that all the folds went correctly. And for at least some of them, I needed, there were an extra fold in there because I'm reusing old cardboard box pieces. So I had to put pieces, so extra stiffeners in. So some of the boxes have extra pieces of stiffeners in, but that should work fine. And then here, just going through and making sure it all works correctly. I think it should work fine. It seems fairly stiff. And then just to make sure it's going to work, I'm going to pack one to test it. And I'm going to have to put a note inside. Do not cut tape with knives. Carefully use scissors, because otherwise, when people try and open these things, they're going to cut the box and such. But oh well. You should be careful when you open things. And here I'm just going through and doing some of the other sizes. And there's the small ones, and that should be all good. Once those are done, then I can go and pack them up. Well, other than one of those probably shouldn't have done, I think it's going to work. I'm not 100%. I know that with cardboard, the best crush direction is along the flutes or whatever you want to call these. And some of the boxes that now go sideways. Other than that, it should be all right, hopefully. Because I'm putting extra cardboard in some of the box ones to try and keep it from squishing in that direction. And I'm hoping if I put enough padding around, it's not going to squish anyway. And it's not like this is super fragile. Obviously, if if they drop it off and the forklift hits it, it's out of luck anyway, but it should be all right. One thing, this one might be a bit too tall for those, but otherwise the plan worked. I did have to adjust this from 31 to 33 because I forgot to count the extra 2 inches for the tab for the medium box, which was this one. But otherwise, they work pretty good. And I showed boxing up one of them with the padding, so I didn't show the rest because I have to dig back in behind all that mess where I have the bags of padding. I have to get that out. I figured I'd finish the box part first and then just pack it later because I don't really think anyone wants to see all of them packed. If you do, message me and I'll make you a packing video. How about that? But otherwise, I don't think anyone's going to care. But now I have boxes for everything, so I can move forward on the Etsy stuff. Yay! So I will get these all packed up and then I will work on getting the stuff up on the Etsy store because then I will know the sizing of the box and the weight of the boxes. So that's awesome. All right. Everything is all boxed up. We got the sizes and weights figured out for everything, and they should be good to go. So now now that I have it all written down, take this in and get everything on the Etsy store. One more step.